Hello, everyone, and welcome to the With Every Heartbeat is Life class. My name is Iteria, and I will be your teacher for this session. This session will be 1 hour long, and we will be talking about healthy lifestyle choices to help us all live healthier and happier lives. I would like to let you know that we have revised the program from last year, and this year we understand the importance of your time, so now the classes are shorter and interactive. At the end of each class, we will have some sort of physical activity. Today we will do instant recess. We also want to help you with your health goals. So we have health goal sheets for you all at the end of class to complete that I can keep to help hold each other more accountable. In order to have an honest and open discussion, we will need to establish some ground rules and requests. I have some, and if there are any that you think should be added to the list, please let me know. Here are some things you can do to learn the most from the sessions. Feel free to ask questions. Share your personal experiences. This helps the project mean more to all of us. Stay on the subject. Agree to keep group business in the group. Agree not to judge others. If you need to take a phone call, please leave the room. And agree to try to come to as many sessions as you can. Is there anything else that you would like to add? One last thing before we get started is to know who is all in attendance. So let's go around the room, tell our name, and what you would hope to learn from the class. At our last session, we talked about ways to save money on our food bills. Who can name some of them? You can plan weekly meals and shop with a list. Check the food sale ads. Use fewer prepackaged foods. Buy only the amount of food your family needs. Try not to shop when you're hungry. Check your receipt for errors at the register. Clip coupons for products you use. Shop at convenience stores less often. And use store brands as often as possible. This session is about the importance of not starting to smoke and also quitting. There are many different issues that can come from being a smoker, which include heart attack, stroke, cancer, asthma attacks, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or COPD, yellow stains in the teeth and fingers, bad breath, gum disease, early wrinkling of the skin, and decreased sense of smell and taste. So now we're going to look on page 328, the worksheet entitled Smoking Harms You. Smoking can cause heart attack and stroke. Cigarette smokers are 2 to 4 times more likely to develop heart disease than non-smokers. Smoking doubles your chances of having a stroke. 1 year after a person stops smoking, the risk of having a heart attack or stroke will drop by more than half. Cancer. Smoking increases your risk of developing cancers of the bladder, kidney, larynx, which is your voice box, lung, pancreas, stomach, and uterus. Smoking can cause about 80 to 90% of lung cancer. The cancer death rate of men who smoke cigarettes is more than double that of non-smokers. Men who smoke are 22 times more likely to develop lung cancer than men who have never smoked. Women who smoke are 12 times more likely to develop lung cancer than women who never smoked. Smoking and secondhand smoke can cause serious respiratory diseases such as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, emphysema, and chronic bronchitis, more colds, sore throats, and respiratory infection and asthma attacks. Unpleasant side effects of smoking include yellow stains on the teeth and fingers, bad breath, gum disease, early wrinkling of the skin, and decreased sense of smell and taste. Menthol cigarettes are not safer than any other types of cigarettes despite what many may believe. They have just as many harmful chemicals as regular cigarettes. What are some reasons why people choose to smoke menthol cigarettes? To some, menthol cigarettes taste better. Some believe menthol cigarettes feel cooler when you inhale. Menthol cigarettes may make the smoke feel less harsh on the throat. Some people believe that smoking menthol cigarettes is safer than smoking other types of cigarettes. The fact is that menthol cigarettes are just as dangerous for your health as all other cigarettes. They still have just as many harmful chemicals as regular cigarettes. Smoking can cause harm to babies and children. We're going to look at page 329. Each time a pregnant woman smokes, her baby's heart rate increases. When a pregnant woman smokes, her baby gets less oxygen. The birth weight of babies born to smokers is lower than that of the birth weights of babies born to non smokers. Smoking during pregnancy increases the chance of baby being born dead. Babies whose mothers smoke have a greater risk of dying from SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. Harmful chemicals from smoking pass through the placenta and directly into the baby's blood. If the mother continues to smoke after the baby is born, the baby is more likely to get chest colds, ear infections, bronchitis, pneumonia, and asthma. Babies who are exposed to secondhand smoke are more likely to cry, sneeze, and cough than babies who are not, and children who grow up in a home with smokers are more likely to become smokers. Now we're going to look at more info, which is a packet, a sheet given in the original manual and is not included in the participant packet, but I thought that was important information, so I included that as well. More information on page 234. Tobacco companies spend billions of dollars advertising their products to get people to smoke. They do this through advertising in magazines, on billboards, and posters in stores. Tobacco ads usually show happy, attractive people enjoying life while they smoke cigarettes. Many individuals want to be like those people, so they start smoking. Tobacco companies also advertise their products by supporting special events such as tennis tournaments, car racing events. They go to dances, festivals, and other community events to promote their products by giving away free merchandise and cigarettes. Tobacco companies pay movie companies to have actors smoke on screen. This allows them to get around the law that bans cigarette advertising on television and in movie theaters. Tobacco companies attract new smokers to make up for the thousands of people who die each day of diseases related to cigarette smoking. They target young people because young smokers are likely to be lifelong smokers. Teenage smokers are important for the tobacco companies because teens will continue to buy cigarettes for many years. The advertising programs from tobacco companies influence young people. The number of youth who have begun smoking increased when tobacco companies introduce cartoon-like characters to sell cigarettes. Tobacco companies also give away gifts that appeal to youth to get them to smoke a certain brand. So these are some of the reasons why people begin smoking as teenagers. Teens want to be like their friends. Young people smoke to try to look older. Some teens want to be like celebrities who smoke in movies or television. Some teens are influenced by advertisements that make them look cool or glamorous. Are these are any of these reasons why some of you started smoking at a young age? Each day, about 2,000 young people under the age of 18 become regular smokers. That's nearly 750,000 teens per year. If this continues, more than 6 million young people who are regular smokers could die from tobacco-related disease. African American teens start off with lower rates of smoking than other racial and ethnic groups, but by the ages of 18 to 24, 40% of African Americans have become regular smokers. By adulthood, smoking rates among African Americans are similar to those of other groups. Young people who use tobacco may find it hard to play sports. Smoking causes shortness of breath and dizziness. Chewing tobacco causes dehydration. Use of spit tobacco can cause cracked lips, white spots, sores, and bleeding in the mouth. People who start smoking at a young age are likely to smoke all of their lives. The longer a person smokes, the more likely he or she will be to develop problems caused by smoking. Young people who smoke cigarettes are also more likely to try other drugs, especially marijuana. It is illegal in all states to sell cigarettes and other tobacco products to persons under the age of 18. Let your children know that most teens, especially African American teens, do not smoke. Tell your children that most teens who do smoke wish they had never started. Now we're going to look on page 330, and that worksheet is the cost of smoking. So it's a hypothetical calculation of how much money you could save if you were to stop smoking. And if you smoked a $5 pack of cigarettes a day. So if you stop for a week, That's about $35, which is movie tickets for the family. And as you can see, some of these items are a little bit dated because it says for a month you save $150. You could buy a CD player. So nowadays that'll be the newest MP3, iPod Touch, or something similar. After 6 months, about $900. A year, $1,825. 2 years, $3,650. 3 years, $5,475. And 4 years, $7,300 you've saved if you were to stop smoking a $5 pack of cigarettes per day. So also, just to bring some of the participants in, those who smoke, ask them what they would like to buy if they decide to stop smoking. You could do like a quick calculation of how much money they would save, depending on how much their cigarettes, the particular cigarettes that they smoke, cost. Secondhand smoke is a dangerous effect that comes along with being around smokers. Secondhand smoke is the smoke that you breathe from someone else's cigarette or cigar, making it possible for non-smokers to be affected by cigarettes. They contain poisons such as arsenic, cyanide, ammonia, and formaldehyde. This can cause eye irritation, nose and throat discomfort, headaches, and coughing. It is responsible for 1 in 10 smoking-related deaths. Children and infants who live with someone who smokes are twice as likely to have respiratory illnesses, bronchitis, pneumonia, as children who do not live with smokers. So on page 334 of the packet, you will find the smoke-free family sign, and just give it to the participants and they can hang that up in their homes as they see fit, whether they want to put it on a coffee table in the living room, stick it on the refrigerator in the bathroom, wherever they want to put it is their sign now. So wherever they think it's going to be most useful, they can attach it there. So here's a sign for you to announce to any visitors that your home is smoke-free. We know and understand that quitting smoking is difficult, but what are some of the benefits of quitting smoking? You can live longer with better health, lower chances of heart attack, stroke, cancer, and respiratory problems. If pregnant, you can increase the chances of having a healthy baby, improve the health of your loved ones by not exposing them to second and third-hand smoke. Third-hand smoke is the dust particles that are found on your clothing, in the car, in your home, that are a result of the particulate matter in smoke, the secondhand smoke, settling onto surfaces. So that is called third-hand smoke. No more morning cough, and then your hair, clothes, and breath will smell better. So what are some situations that you think you should avoid to be tempted not to smoke? Drinking coffee, alcohol, talking on the phone, watching someone else smoke, attending a social and community gatherings, feeling stressed, or feeling bored. So usually that's a personal thing what triggers people to smoke. A lot of people wake up the first thing in the morning, they smoke. They eat right after they eat, they will smoke. Some people have found it very beneficial to change their schedule. So if you're driving to work and you feel like you light up a cigarette every time you get to the corner of X and Y street, then take another way, because those psychological cues that you'll have to light up your cigarette will no longer be there, and you'll be more likely to be able to skip that cigarette. Or especially when you're drinking alcohol, a lot of people have mentioned that they smoke more cigarettes when they've been drinking alcohol. Talking on the phone, just having that hand free, and it drives them to want to get a cigarette because they're so used to being on the phone and having this hand motion like this. So having a pen to doodle, just keeping your hands busy, that will help a lot, because just like with other behavioral things like eating and things like that, it's not always a cue that you need it. It's just that you don't have anything to do, and people will smoke or eat out of boredom. So now we're going to look on pages 331 and 332 to go over the smoking role plays. So you'll read these to your participants, and depending on how big your class is, whether it's a big class that you'll have to put into several sections, or a small class where you can do all of the scenarios together, it is completely up to you. So scene 1, you have hired a babysitter to take care of your young child while you're at work. One evening, you walk into your home and find your babysitter sitting at the kitchen table and smoking a cigarette while watching your child play. The babysitter is highly qualified, and you have been very happy with her, but you do not want her to smoke when she is watching your child. What should you do? So you give your participants a chance to go back and forth and discuss ideas as to what the best way to solve this issue would be. Role play, scene number 2. You and your family go to a friend's house and celebrate her son's birthday. There are many adults and children inside the house. A few of the guests are smoking, which is making the house very smoky. The smoke is hurting your eyes and making it difficult for your daughter to breathe. You promised your friend you will help her, so you don't want to leave. What can you do? Again, whether you're in one big group or several small groups, you allow your participants to give their feedback as to what they think the best solution to this issue would be. On page 333, there's a third scene about smoking in a restaurant, but smoking in a restaurant in this day and age is completely illegal. So that's not really anything that we need to go over today. To be successful, you need to know what drives you to smoke and avoid these situations. There are some ways to combat. What are some ways that you all know of that are to combat the urge to smoke? Find ways to relax. Take slow, deep breaths to bring your heart rate back down to normal to help you calm down in times of stress or anxiety. Keep busy, especially with your hands. Stay active, go for a walk, do house chores, stretching, or dancing. Be aware of what to expect. Nicotine in cigarettes is addictive, and quitting will bring on withdrawal symptoms. Headaches, feeling irritable, feeling tired, and having trouble concentrating. Now we're going to look on page 335 and 336 at tips to quit smoking. Cigarette smoke contains more than 4,000 chemicals, and 200 of these are poisonous. So get ready. Set a quit date. Pick a date within the next 2 weeks. Think about choosing a day special to you, such as your birthday or a holiday, if it's within the next 2 weeks. Throw away all cigarettes, lighters, matches, and ashtrays in your home, car, and place of work. Don't let people smoke in your home. Don't try to cut back on cigarettes by buying one at a time instead of the pack. This costs more money, and you can lose count and end up smoking more cigarettes. Review your past attempts to quit. Think about what worked and what didn't. Once you are ready to quit, do not smoke, not even a puff. One cigarette can cause you to smoke again. Line up support. Tell your family, friends, and coworkers that you are going to quit smoking and want their help. Ask them not to smoke around you and not to offer you cigarettes. Get individual, group, or telephone counseling. The more counseling you have, the better your chances of quitting. Meditate, chant, or think positively about quitting and breaking the smoking habit for good. Find out whether your church, faith community, or other community organizations sponsor quit smoking clinics or other activities that will support you in quitting smoking. Find ways to relax. Try to distract yourself from urges to smoke. Talk to someone, go for a walk, or get busy with a task. Change your routine. Use a different route to work. Drink tea instead of coffee. Do something to reduce your stress. Listen to music, do aerobics, or dance to your favorite music. Plan something enjoyable to do every day. Drink a lot of water when you feel the urge to smoke. Use other quitting aids. Talk to your doctor or other healthcare providers. Consider using a nicotine patch, nicotine gum, nicotine nasal spray, or nicotine inhaler to help you stay off of cigarettes. Check with your doctor about a medicine called bupropion SR. This medicine can help reduce your cravings for smoking. Use quit smoking self-help programs developed for African Americans, such as Pathways to Freedom, Winning the Fight Against Tobacco. This program is available from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and Center for Disease Control and Prevention. www.cdc.gov/tobacco/quit_quit/how_to/pathways/. Be prepared if you do not have immediate success. Avoid drinking alcohol. Drinking alcohol lowers your chances to success. Spend more time with friends who do not smoke. Being around smokers can make you want to smoke. Many smokers will gain weight when they quit, usually fewer than 10 pounds. Eat a healthy diet and stay active. Don't let weight gain distract you from your main goal, which is quitting smoking. If you're in a bad mood or feel depressed, try a new activity. Take a walk, talk to a friend, or meditate to improve your mood. Be kind to yourself. Remind yourself of the reasons you want to quit. If you slip, do not be discouraged. Try again. It is important to know that you will have withdrawal symptoms. Nicotine in cigarettes is a drug, and just like any other drug, you will have withdrawal symptoms. Please understand this will be pretty bad at times, usually about 6 weeks maximum. But after that period of time, it will become easier and easier. You have to believe in yourself and stick to it. It is important to understand that if you are a non-smoker, encouraging a smoker to quit, not to nag. Give them encouragement and say things like, quitting is hard, but I know you can do it. Help them to stay away from smokers and help them to stay busy and active. That is all for today's session, and I hope you all learned something new today. Please complete your post tests and goal sheets. And again, we want to say thank you for coming to as many classes as you were able to. This is the final class, and we appreciate your time and effort and energy, and we hope that if we bring more classes like this to the community, that you will be in attendance.